This must be a simply enormous wardrobe. I wonder, is that more mothballs? This is very queer. Why, it's just like the branches of trees? I can always get back if anything goes wrong.
Goodness gracious me.
Good evening?
Good evening. Good evening. Excuse me, I don't want to be inquisitive, but should I be right in thinking that you are a daughter of Eve?
My name's Lucy.
But you are, forgive me, you are what they call a girl.
Of course I'm a girl.
You are in fact human?
Of course I'm human.
To be sure, how stupid of me. But I've never seen a son of Adam or daughter of Eve before. I am delighted. That is to say, delighted. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tumnus.
I am very pleased to meet you, Mr. Tumnus.
And may I ask, O Lucy, daughter of Eve, how have you come into Narnia?
Narnia? What's that?
This is the land of Narnia, where we are now. All that lies between the lamppost and the great castle at Cair Paravel on the eastern sea. And you have come from the wild woods of the west?
I got in through the wardrobe in the spare room.
Ah, if only I'd worked harder at geography when I was a little faun, I should no doubt know all about those strange countries. It is too late now.
But they aren't countries at all. It's only just back there. At least, I'm not sure. It is summer there.
Meanwhile, it is winter in Narnia, and has been for ever so long. And we shall both catch cold if we stand here talking in the snow. Daughter of Eve from the far land of Spare where eternal summer reigns round the bright city of Wardrobe. How would it be if you came and had tea with me?
Thank you very much, Mr. Tumnus. But I was wondering whether I ought to be getting back.
It's only just round the corner, and there'll be roaring fire, and toast, and sardines, and cake.
Well, it's very kind of you, but I shan't be able to stay long.
If you will take my arm, daughter of Eve, I shall be able to hold the umbrella over both of us. That's the way. Now off we go. Now, we shan't be long. And sometimes Bacchus himself would visit.
Really?
Yes, and then the streams would run with wine instead of water, and the whole forest would give itself up to jollification for weeks on end. Not that it isn't always winter now. We used to play the most beautiful music then, too. If you wouldn't mind, I should like to play one for you.
Not at all.
Are you familiar with Narnian lullabies?
No.
Well, that's good, because this probably won't sound anything like one.
Oh, Mr. Tumnus, I'm so sorry to stop you, and I do love that too. But really, I must go home. I only meant to stay for a few minutes.
It's no good now, you know.
No good? What do you mean? I've got to go home at once. The others will be wondering what happened to me. Mr. Tumnus, whatever is the matter? Mr. Tumnus, don't. What is the matter? Aren't you well? Dear Mr. Tumnus, do tell me what is wrong. Mr. Tumnus, do stop. Stop it at once. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. A great big faun like you. What on earth are you crying about?
I'm crying because I'm such a bad faun.
I don't think you're a bad faun at all. I think you are a very good faun. You are the nicest faun I've ever met.
Oh, you wouldn't say that if you knew. No, I'm a bad faun. I don't suppose there ever was a worse faun since the beginning of the world.
But what have you done?
My old father now. That's his picture on the mantelpiece. He would never have done a thing like this.
A thing like what?
Like what I've done. Taking service under the White Witch. That's what I am. I'm in the pay of the White Witch.
The White Witch? Who is she?
Why, it is she that has got all Narnia under her thumb. It's she that makes it always winter, and never Christmas. Think of that.
How awful. But what did she pay you for?
That's the worst of it. I'm a kidnapper for her. That's what I am. Look at me, daughter of Eve. Would you believe that I'm the sort of faun to meet a poor innocent child in the wood, one that had never done me any harm, and pretend to be friendly with it and invite it home to my cave? All for the sake of lulling it asleep and then handing it over to the White Witch?
No, I'm sure you wouldn't do anything of the sort.
But I have.
Well, that was pretty bad. But you're so sorry for it that I'm sure you will never do it again.
Daughter of Eve, don't you understand? It isn't something I have done. I'm doing it now. This very moment.
What do you mean?
You are the child. I had orders from the White Witch that if I ever saw a son of Adam or daughter of Eve in the wood, I was to catch them and hand them over to her. And you were the first I ever met. And I've pretended to be your friend and asked you to tea. And all the time I've been meaning to wait till you were asleep and then go and tell her.
Oh, but you won't, Mr. Tumnus. You won't, will you? Indeed, you really mustn't.
And if I don't, she's sure to find out. And she'll have my tail cut off and my horns sawn off and my beard plucked out. She'll wave her wand over my beautiful cloven hooves and turn them into horrid solid hooves like a wretched horse's. And if she is extra and especially angry, she'll turn me into stone, and I shall be only a statue of a faun in her horrible house, until the 4 thrones of Cair Paravel are filled. And goodness knows when that will happen, or whether it will ever happen at all.
I'm very sorry, Mr. Tumnus. But please, let me go home.
Of course I will. Of course I've got to. I see that now. I hadn't known what humans were like before I met you. Of course I can't give you up to the witch. Not now that I know you. But we must be off at once. I'll see you back to the lamppost. I suppose you can find your own way from there back to spare room and wardrobe.
I'm sure I can.
We must go as quietly as we can. The whole wood is full of her spies. Even some of the trees are on her side. Do you know your way from here, daughter of Eve?
Yes, I can see the wardrobe door.
Then, be off home as quick as you can, and can you ever forgive me for what I meant to do?
Why, of course I can. And I do hope you won't get into dreadful trouble on my account.
Farewell, daughter of Eve. Perhaps I may keep the handkerchief?
Rather.
See in the forest, for the trees I'm keeping watch. All that is storming, waking up and turning on, keeping